Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, 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 and welcome back, Twitch chats. Hello. I have with me today. What? That's the wrong button. Okay, this is going very well. Look at them all. Here we are. Hello, everyone. I have with me today 4 wonderful guests. Look at these wonderful... Wait. That's a fox, that's a wolf, that's a eldritch nightmare, and that's...
Yeah.
A lobotomy core abnormality. Let's put the people in quotation mark.
I'm more of an idea trapped in meat.
I have with me today 4 wonderful entities. Shinxy. Hello, Shinxy. How are you doing? Hello, hello.
I'm good. How are you?
Awake and alive. Not currently playing Monster Hunter, which is a state of being I want to rectify. Soon. I have with me for the first time, Fishy! You've never been on this channel, ever, right?
No, never. I don't. Are you my daughter? Oh, you look so much like her.
Wouldn't that mean you were younger, though?
Time is a weird soup.
I am younger than Fishy.
That's true.
Hello, Fishy. Welcome. Thank you for being here. I have with me... Please do. I have with me, not for the first time, but God, it's been a while and I've missed it. Kaz! Hello, Kaz. How you doing?
Hi, I'd like to object to your earlier statement. It is the morning.
Good morning. Fine. Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Wait, I just realized. I'm the minority. There are 4 Americans here.
Three-dimensional beings and your
Good morning,
time.
everyone. Okay, 3 Americans and an idea of an American.
Walk into a bar, yeah.
Last but not least, I have with me a Lucky. Hello, Lucky. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you doing today?
Bark. I'm doing good. I'm looking forward to more KDM.
Yeah, that's what we... Segue. That's what we're doing today. Today, we are returning for more... Correct. Off bridges, preferably, because that's where these things belong. No, we're stealing them. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're stealing them.
Whoa,
Heck yeah.
that's a crime. You're a lawyer. You should know this.
I'm a lawyer, not a police
That's
officer.
how you know you're doing crime correctly.
I mean, it's Pride Month. You gotta be gay, do crimes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really bad at one of these. I'll leave that up to your interpretation. No, we're back today to play some more KDM, and we're immediately going to pretend some rules don't exist. More on that in a second. First of all, one thing that I will have to do is say hello to all of you. Hello, Twitch chat. Apologies, we're not doing the individuals today, but I hope you're all doing fantastically. And Matu, thank you for the 33 months. Matu's the one that gets singled out. Everyone else gets the communal greeting. Hello! Matu gets the special treatment. And then, of course, Slade. You are the best duckling. Hello, Slade. And Golandia, congratulations on the first. There. I've picked 3 people out of the crowd. You may now look jealously upon them. Everyone else. KDM time. We have quite a lot of things to go through. Quake! God damn it. The Quake. I haven't turned off the cards. Just ignore that. There were many a thing that I forgot to do today. Let me press this button. OBS, please. Thank you. There we go. We are returning to KDM. I am closing that. And last time we left in... Not that... That is very loud. That is very loud. Ignore that happened. There we go. Last time we left in the middle of a settlement phase. Let's switch over. Impossible challenge for Karen, not play KDM for a week. Thank you for the 100 bits, and correct. It's right now also a challenge I'm not attempting actively. So we shrink the Lucky, we shrink the Shinx, We shrink the duck. Everyone can be slightly bigger than that, I think. Yeah, there we go.
Are we height accurate?
I think that's... I don't think so. I don't think we ever are. And here we are. We've got 2 new survivors with us today.
Yes, I know.
First of all, we have a Fishy and we have a Kaz. And as normal, please look at your survivor sheets. I'm going to give you a full intro on what's what in a minute, but to start with, you will need to name your survivor. On the top left of the survivor sheet, you have a empty space. You get one name, one word, because this settlement hasn't invented the concept of a family yet. So please, what is your name, Fishy? Oh, I need to turn you up a bit.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Up, not on. We'll do that after.
Oh, now I'm confused and aroused. This is
Go
just
on.
like prom. Let's see. I'm torn between memeing and doing something not memey. I'm probably gonna do something memey.
Uh-oh. What's it gonna be?
I don't know.
If you name yourself Thighs.
No,
I'm gonna be-
close though. I am Thylestia. I would be. I got
Oh my
frickin'
God.
In all caps? Hang on.
Yes, it's a title. I didn't think you keep moving wrong. Oh God.
You just need to type slow. And you need to
Yeah.
give it a moment.
I'm sorry. It's just been so long, and you're so pretty.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
There we go.
That is...
I am Thylestia.
So, we have these
Master of kink
character
grappling.
cards. We have these character cards here that will give you a random bonus. I'm going to draw the top 3, and then you will get to pick one of these to keep. A bunch of these will give you bonuses that you might not understand yet. Just go with the vibe. Don't worry about it. For the first one, we have the Clever. After everyone is placed, you may reposition yourself anywhere on the showdown board. A very quick explanation. What you see beneath you here is the showdown board. Usually, there are specific spots that you can stand in at the start of a fight. This says after everyone is placed, you can go anywhere you want, even outside of those spots. Then we have the Lithe. You get +1 evasion, so it's harder for monsters to hit you, but you have 2 less armor on every hit location. And last but not least, the Dark. When you attack, increase the range of your perfect hits for the first attack roll by 1. So your perfect hits are on a 9 instead of on a 10, but only for the first attack. Which one of these would you like?
I'm gonna be the Clever.
The Clever, wonderful. If you drag that card down and add it to your character sheet, I will get rid of these.
Ability or gear? Ability,
We
right?
put them, yeah, we put them there on the top right. Normally, yeah, exactly. Where you're hovering right now. And then for Cass, we have...
Forecast is partly cloudy today with a chance of hilarity.
This card never doesn't appear. This card never doesn't appear. Every single time. Cass is now the low. Do you want
I
to see
don't
the
need
other
to see
two?
the others.
Do you want to see the other two?
Sure,
I'll
why
show
not?
the other two. We have the Fang. You can ignore cumbersome on weapons, but you have 1 less armor on every location. Cumbersome means that you can't move and attack with a weapon in the same turn. This lets you wield really heavy bullshit things. And the Bright Side. Gain 2 courage. And when instructed to run down or up, you may round in the opposite direction. Always round in the direction that's beneficial to you.
This doesn't do anything. I mean, it's funnier if I take the Lonely, right?
It would also get it out of the deck. We've seen this every single time.
Yeah, okay, I'll take it.
I will tell you that there is no benefit to the Lonely. This is
I
purely
read it
a
and I
concept.
understood that immediately,
Okay.
but I am Jeb.
Okay.
So
You Jeb. You're Jeb.
Hello, Jeb. I too cannot be intimate with anyone.
I, on the other hand, will try to seduce a toaster.
That's
Oh,
because-
good.
Well, there's a difference. Cass is lonely, and Lucky can't be intimate with anyone because a phoenix saw into her future and preemptively killed all her children. There is a slight difference in what's going
also,
on
that
here.
toaster is a total sloth.
Oh, wonderful. That is the
Basically the
characters.
same thing.
Okay. That is the characters done with. Both of you, on your character sheets, on the top left, you have something called survival. Survival is a resource that you use. Think of it as like points that you spend, little tokens you cash in to perform survival actions. Because you named your character, you may gain 1 survival. Thank you, Arian. So add 1 survival, you should go up to 5 because the settlement already exists. You're starting with some survival. Normally you'd be at 0. But we just click the little plus that adds it, and there you go. You can also, because we're playing Dreamer Campaign, add 1 to your brain. Very quick explanation of what that does. You see next to brain 5 different locations, right? Head, arms, body, waist, legs. These are your hit locations. When a monster attacks you, it will randomly do damage to 1 or multiple of these areas, usually determined by a die roll. These locations you'll try to protect with armor. For example, you have a cloth armor currently tied around your waist. That gives you 1 waist armor already. Your brain works kind of like that. Your brain is your mental faculties that monsters can attack. And by gaining something called insanity, you can protect your brain. That is the armor for your brain. So because we're in Dreamer Campaign, when you name your character, you can have up to 1 insanity. Just for existing. Congratulations.
Ah, yes, my neurodivergent character sheet. It applies in real life to my... Of course. Yes, of course.
So the important thing about insanity is that once you have 3 or more, you are counted as insane. That by itself does nothing. It is just a story marker. Some events are really good for insane characters. Some are really bad. Some are really bad for sane characters. It's just a toggle. In general, you can treat insanity as armor against the horrors of the world. Fishy also starts with a knowledge card, because Fishy picked one of the already existing survivors. Fishy starts with a card that I currently can't zoom in unless I give you all content warnings, which I will do in a minute. But actually, I will do it now. Kingdom Death, for those of you that haven't seen Kingdom Death yet, is a cooperative board game in which a group of players, in our case, ever-changing players, try to survive in an environment that is basically hell on steroids. The game is about hunting monsters, making parts out of them, developing a society in a world that does not want you to exist. As such, Kingdom Death deals with a lot of trauma, physical and mental. There's a lot of in there. It can get really gory. If that is something that you cannot deal with or do not want to deal with, no shame, sit this one out. We're trying to keep things light normally, but KDM does its best to tell you that no, that person just doesn't have like a lower body anymore because he was just bitten in half by an alligator. Having said that, Fishy starts with the ability Fingernail Door. You feel as if your fortune is being devoured by something in the darkness. The experience fills you with ecstasy. When you roll a Lantern 10, when you roll a crit, basically, before anything else happens, rotate the die to a 1 and gain 3 insanity.
Good.
So, every time you roll a 10, you instead, crit fail.
Good.
This is an observation. It already has 2 points on it. During the aftermath, so at the end of a hunt, if you have 13 or more insanity, you gain 1 tick to it, and the next tick will level this to Fingernail Door 3 for the entire settlement.
Oh, good. That's
is
super.
Oh yeah, knowledge is shared across the settlement. For example, Fingernail is currently up in the forum for people to buy if they want it. I'm not going to delve into that right now. It's not super important. But if you level Fingernail Door, then it levels for everyone that gets it, or for people that already have it. And the same goes for all the other knowledge on the board as well. Cass starts on a fresh survivor. He is Jeb. Hello, Jeb. I hope you're doing well.
I'm Jeb.
What are you doing here, Jeb?
You jib. So, one big disclaimer for how we're going to play today. For those of you that watched last time, I'm going to open the timeline real quick. Please be careful clicking. For those that watched last time, you will know that right now we're dealing with Places Everyone. That will trigger a special encounter. And then after that, there is a hunt phase, a normal hunt where our survivors will go out. We are going to ignore those rules for today, and we're going to switch this around. We're going to allow our survivors to hunt something normally, and then resolve the special encounter. That's coming with a host of issues, but I think we found a pretty neat way to resolve it. It is simply more friendly to new players, not having to deal with a 8 movement lion knight with special costume rules that require you to remove your pants when you draw a card. I wish that was a joke. It does that. So there will be a normal hunt first, and then we're going to resolve Places Everywhere. There is one other thing that we hadn't resolved yet, and that is the Design and Dandelion
What?
event.
66, the number of the beast.
And the other thing is, Hatchney, thank you for the 66 months. Fuck. That's a lot of months. Holy shit. So, before we do any hunting, before we do any fighting, there is one event that is also new to me. I've also never played with this. So, let's read this. Designs and Dandelions. Create the seed pattern deck for your campaign. I have no idea how to do that. Examine your seed pattern collection. Check each card's keyword and keep all cards with keywords that appear in your campaign. Set aside any cards with keywords that do not appear in your campaign. Shuffle your settlement seed pattern deck and place it in play.
What?
It's this? I think it's this. It's a 45 card deck. Set aside any cards with keywords that do not appear in your campaign. That should have already been done. Shuffle the seed pattern deck, place it in play. Okay, so that will be down here. It'll just be down there. These are recipes, in essence. They are recipes that you can find, that you can achieve, in order to then make items. So, here's the event for this. The survivor dreams of a dandelion blooming with a single gleaming eye at its center, healthy. The flower withers into a silvery tufted ball, its downy, soft seeds tickling the survivor's brain. The survivor sneezes, sending a vortex of floating seeds into the darkness over the settlement. The disturbance rouses the survivor, who follows the dizzying path of seeds along the ground. Atop a mound of stone faces, the survivor finds a single seedling. Pulling it, they're surprised at the strength of its resistance. With a howl of triumph, they rip the seedling out. The stone-faced ground crumbles away, revealing a shocking mass of roots growing around a filthy object. Gain the drafting table innovation. The survivor clears the vegetation and examines the scabrous surface. With a bit of spare cloth, they meticulously clean the table. One of you will be nominated to be this survivor. Which one of you is going to do this event? You'll need to roll a d10 and then resolve whatever happens on it. As always, bit of a house rule for KDM. If you're asked to roll a d10, don't read the event table. It's better if you don't know what's about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Any volunteers? Anyone want to clean a table?
Jeb.
Jeb sounds like the type of person
Yeah,
who would
you
clean
know
a
what?
table.
I agree. Jeb it is.
Alright, Jeb, in which case, please roll a d10. On this table,
Where are they?
the best way to roll a d10 is in front of your character sheet is a little lantern-looking button. And if you click that, it makes a die. And then it rolls it.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
7. Flecks of dried blood rise in the air, turning the drifting seeds red as they dance, weightless in the air. Distracted, you wander at the side. When you turn your attention back to the table, its purpose is suddenly clear. Gain a seed pattern card. Yes! You will get to draw the first card from this lovely deck.
Hooray.
So, the seed pattern is, I have no idea whether this is correct or not, a Death Defier. Wait, what? That can't be right. Hold on. How is this built? Examine the seed pattern, check each card's keyword and keep all cards with keywords that appear in your campaign. Set aside any cards with keywords that do not appear in your campaign. Yeah, no, that's right? Question mark? Okay, you now have the recipe for whatever the fuck a death defier is.
What's
You
the
need
recipe?
1 death metal,
I love that.
2 bones, and a heavy chain.
Deranged.
Hold up, I'll get Corn on the phone.
Oh man, Jonathan Davis, these are my favorite. I'm good with that.
And then, so you need these materials, and then there are 3 steps that you need to undertake in order to do this. A survivor who wounded a labyrinthid location plots the king's demise. No one here knows what that means. Dreaming of a weapon that could fell a king, they wake with a bloody shape in mind, which is just a bit of fluff. And their fingernails snap while scraping metal, gain 2 bleeding tokens when they depart. Bleeding tokens, for those of you that don't know what they do, are just little tokens that do nothing until you get 5 of them and then you die. They do have a reset after every hunt.
Collect the whole set and then die, of course. It's
Exactly.
capitalism, but in game form, yes.
Can't make something called a
Congratulations.
death
I
defier
gotta
without
research.
dying.
I gotta research this effect to add it to my compendium. Oh, what does it do? When I get enough of it, it kills me. Fantastic.
Great. You've also
I cast
because of
cancer at 5th level.
You've also, because of the event, gained the drafting table innovation. So for our new players, up to the top right, you see a bunch of cards. This is the innovation area. This is where your people do research. All of the ones that are already flipped up are things the settlement has invented. They do various things. You don't need to know most of these. If you ever find time in between, read a couple. In general, they're passive effects. Some of them allow you to take an action with them. One of these days, I'll filter them accordingly. The drafting table does the following. When a survivor first reaches 3 understanding, gain a seed pattern card. So from now on, whenever someone hits 3, you gain a seed pattern card. You can also spend one of your endeavors to practice. You roll a d10, and then something happens. Who knows? I'm not reading that. Alright. There are them seed patterns. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. That, I believe, was the last event that needed to be resolved. So, for our survivors, the choice is now which enemy you would like to go out and hunt.
Dave. I want to hunt Dave.
I would hunt Dave.
Jeb and I want to hunt Dave.
Dave was
True.
promoted over Jeb, and now he's a target.
Wait, no, that's Dave Hunter. We can't hunt him.
I
Dave
said what
Hunter.
I said. He said nasty bad things about your mama, Jeb. We need to go hunt Dave.
Dave Hunter.
Oh.
So, let me tell you what's available right now. For targets that are available, you have a Crimson Crocodile, Smog Singers, a White Lion, a Flower Knight, and a Phoenix. All of these have already been killed once at level 1. For things that have yet, as of yet, not been fought, there is the Sunstalker, the Dragon King, the Drifter Knight, and the Dung Beetle Knight. You don't
Oh,
have
it's
to
a
do any
knight.
specific ones. Yeah, you don't have to do any specific ones of these. The choice is entirely up to you.
Can I hunt the portcullis key? Is that allowed?
It is. Yes, you find the portcullis key in your settlement storage. You pounce on it, it offers no resistance. You tear it with your bare hands only to find that it is made of metal and sturdier
no,
than your
Jeb
fingers.
isn't that violent.
You pick it up and
Excellent.
Look at it.
Okay.
And hold it over your head triumphantly. Do,
No, no,
do,
no,
do, do. Yeah. You got the thing.
success. So, those are your options. What would you like to do?
I want to do anything but the Smog Singers, I think, right?
Well, that's the last piece of armor that you're still missing, eh?
Oh, shoot.
Oh, dang.
You know what? I'll mess up a Smog Singer. I take it back.
Well.
Oh, they sound like they have sing.
They do.
That's
also have
okay.
smog.
I am incapable of critting. It doesn't matter.
It is sadly true. Any preferences? Any preferences, party?
Mm,
No,
Let me pull up the timetable again so you can actually look at them. It's in the bottom right under settlement notes there.
Oh. How about a dung beetle? You guys want to do a dung beetle?
I mean, I kind
I'll put
of
a
really
dung
want to do the dung beetle night.
Okay.
Dung beetle.
Oh, dung beetle sounds lovely. Before I set up the dung beetle night, for everyone in the party here, on your character sheets, you have a 3x3 grid all labeled with G. These are your these are your gear grids. Yeah, that's what that is. These aren't your street thugs. This is your gear grid. This is where you equip gear.
That's my grandmother.
There is there is a lot of gear currently available in the settlement storage already. You can find that up here. Gear will usually fall in one of three categories. You will either have weapons, which fall into various types: swords, daggers, axes, bows, what have you, spears, and armor. There are like 2 sets of armor currently, like free that no one's using. Armor gives you the number on the top left to that slot they belong to, so the gloves will give you 1 armor to your hands. Like any headband will give you +1 to your head. Go find armor that you would want. There's a bunch of effects here. The third type, by the way, is accessories, which you'll usually find like on the right side here. They can have all sorts of effects attached to them. Armor comes with set bonus things. So, for example, you have the Acanthus set over here in full. That will give you an additional effect if you wear it. To make it a bit easier to determine what armor you might want and what equipment you might want, this settlement has gotten the ability to gain a weapon proficiency. So, any one of you can pick a weapon type that they would like to start learning. If I just like throw this at Cass, do you have a preferred weapon type?
No. Sorry.
That's okay. Let me present you with some options. Let me present you with many options. Why are there 2 sword proficiencies? That's snobby. That's not okay. There are now 2 shield proficiencies as well. Buttons, daggers, scythes, this, both those. Everything's doubled. There. These are all the weapon proficiencies that are available, or the weapon types. Mind you, there are some here that you cannot currently build any weapons off. I'm just going to take them away. You just like flat out can't build these at the moment. That will change over time. But these are all weapons that you have access to. You're not gaining these abilities immediately. You would need to get 3 weapon experience first. But this is what this like builds to. If you find a weapon amongst these that you like, do pick it. And then you can like pick up gear accordingly.
Where do I don't actually know where I put it. Hold on.
You don't put it anywhere. On your character sheet, next to weapon proficiency, there's a type window here. You can type spear in there. And then you will start earning proficiency towards spears. Once you reach 3...
That's spelled correctly.
Sir. Once you reach 3, you will then gain this ability.
Okay.
I
believe Shinxy also still needs to find one, right?
Yeah, I do.
I need to show you something that isn't in there real quick. Because I don't know how interesting this is to you, but technically instrument proficiency also exists.
I wanna play an instrument.
We do have an
Okay,
instrument
give
weapon
a
in the.
song.
There is an instrument weapon already built.
Yeah, there was a bonk loot. Hang on.
I'll play
Pippa,
it.
weapon, melee, club, instrument, noisy. Just like my father!
Your father was a melee?
Yeah?
Your father was an instrument?
Yeah, he's kind of a tool.
Your father was a club?
Yeah, but not like one of the fun ones. It's more like a lumberjack bar in a place where there are no waifus, just
Oh,
dresses.
Less a
What's wrong
rave,
with that?
more beat poetry. I see.
Yeah, worse than that even.
I like this. I want to play the instrument. I want to give it a shot.
Absolutely. You can type in instrument proficiency in your grid and add that there. I will put this down. And then Fishy, pick one. It's fine to just go with like fantasy idea, right? A lot of Kingdom Death will be you picking something that you don't quite have understanding of. A lot of the fights that we're about to do is something that no one knows. KDM is, I don't want to say balanced around the idea that you don't know what's about to happen. Because it isn't. But KDM is a long series of knowledge checks. So it's fine
I
for you
have
to
none
just...
of that, so
No,
given
that's
that I've got
entirely fine.
positioning, I am gonna take the Nerf bow and arrow, I think.
Absolutely. So you can add a bow to...
Oh, why did the thingy not do this? Type slow, Fishy.
It's a latency
Don't
problem.
do type
Because-
slow.
Some random asshole streamer is hosting this in EU, and you're all US. That's why.
Why would
Fine,
audience says-
fine.
My friends claim that KDM is just Monster Hunter X Fear and Hunger. Just feels more accurate every time I see it. Your friend's claim is correct.
Yeah, I get big fear and hunger vibes every time I look at this Adrelian, so...
Yeah.
Also cacaw, because I saw you say it, I didn't say it back. Cadeau cacaw.
So, now that you've picked your stuff, look through the gear over here in the settlement and pick up things that you think might fit to that. For a spear, you might have to make a spear.
Oh, there's a halberd here.
Yes, there is a halberd here.
It's
I see
true.
that it says irreplaceable on it, but it's here.
You can. It's obvious. I'm not going to stop you from taking it. But I didn't add this last time. There's also this thing.
Oh, when did that get there?
I forgot to add this last time. I forgot to add this after the lion. I deleted the claw for it that people used to build it, and then I never gave them the spear.
It looks cool. I like that
You
one.
can, if you want to, also take the lantern halberd. You can absolutely also do that.
Oh, you can just take both?
You can do that both. Know that the irreplaceable keyword means that if you die, this thing permanently leaves. It is
Oh, no,
also
that's what I figured.
It is also the single strongest weapon we've ever found, like, in the settlement. It is disgustingly good.
Honestly, I think it'd be funnier if I took it. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I will entrust this to Jeb. I'm actually going to put the other one back, though.
I'm
That's
gonna
fine.
trust this to Jeb. I'm gonna give it to Jeb. I'm gonna give it to Jeb. I think Jeb's gonna need one of these. That irreplaceable
Yeah,
Jeb.
Jeb
Yeah, I'm
gotta
gonna
get
Jeb
this.
gonna need one of those.
There's
I'm
guacamole
a PBR made entirely out of a torch.
To make this
Pardon
slightly,
me?
make the armor stuff slightly easier, I'm going to give you these casts.
Yeah.
Because you're going melee, and I'm going to give Fishy the slightly lighter armor.
That's a very good idea. Do I take the arrow when I take my Nerf bow and arrow?
If you want to take the arrow, absolutely. Know that the arrow is generally considered absolutely busted.
I did.
What that
Yes, I
means-
definitely take the arrow.
What the arrow means is, the -1 evasion token means that everyone hits the monster on one better number for the rest of the fight.
Ooh,
So-
yes, I want that. I'm a support. Look at me, mom.
One quick explanation to gear in your grid, and I'll use Fishy's gear grid as an explanation there. You see that some gear has funny colors attached to it. Those funny colors are called affinities, and they're inventory Tetris. If you line them up correctly, then you see that your rawhide vest, for example, has one evasion on it, if the red and blue on it are connected to another. Your rawhide headband has an ability that is only active while its blue is connected to something. So, if you align your gear
Arrow with the
grids,
headband.
if you align your gear grids, then you will gain things out of it. And one of these days, I'll find the Acanthus armor set bonus again. There it is. Cass, you're on slightly different armor. You're on the Acanthus armor, which will give you
Says I'm
this.
stinky.
Yes, every single piece of
still
gear you
love
have
you.
is stinky. I'm sorry. But the Acanthus armor says you ignore bash on monster reactions. Bash means knockdown, or you get knocked down. And for every 2 completed green in your gear grid, you add 1 to severe injury rolls. So the more completed green you have in your gear grid, the harder it is for you to lose an arm or your head.
I have 4, so...
which means you get +2. +2 in general gets you out of range of most of the you instantly die rolls. Those usually happen
That's
on a
nice.
1 or 2. There is one that happens on a 3, but you can't be immune against everything.
Can somebody who doesn't have an instrument take the Vespertine cello?
What is it?
It,
Before-
Oh, that.
Before you do all of that, really quickly for you two, the 2 items in your base gear grid, the Founding Stone and the Cloth, you don't need to have them. You can put them in Settlement Storage if you want to. The Founding Stone is a rudimentary weapon that you start the game with. It can be used, permanently used, to get an instant crit on an enemy, which is really powerful, but you don't have to carry it if you already have a different weapon. The Cloth simultaneously only works on your waist. If you have another armor at your waist, that cloth doesn't do anything. So for Kaz, for example, the cloth armor doesn't have an effect. So you can stash that and fill it with like one of the accessories on the left here. Lucky's asking about the Vespertine cello that says on arrival. So when you get to a monster, all other survivors with an instrument gain a luck token. Luck makes you crit on better numbers. So someone just simply carrying this will make other people do a lot more damage. And because Shinxy and Lucky both are carrying instruments, they would be benefiting from this instantly. If you made another instrument that Fish can carry, then you could buff 3 people with that. Other than that, see if any of the
Oh, hold on. I get to play Tetris. I don't know if 1 blue is going to do anything for me, but...
Oh, I see.
I think I can get it, so I'll try.
You can, absolutely.
Oh, so can I have the hammer and the instrument, or?
Absolutely. You can bring as many weapons as you want, but you can only ever activate one.
Oh, okay.
But that can change in between turns, right?
Oh, okay.
But you can totally.
Probably would want to get another red thing to connect to your weapon.
Yeah.
And maybe put your pants on your head.
Oh, hey, look at that. Yeah, you're right.
This is what I love about the singing set. You actually put your pants on your head to get the bonus. It is ridiculous. Does the settlement only have 1 nose, or is it stacked? It's stacked. The settlement has 3 stone noses lying around. I've started stacking them. Just for a bit of organization.
I guess this is for... They don't have to be consecutive, right?
Consecutive? As in...
Like, they all... this
That's
green
fine.
isn't...
That's fine, yeah.
Okay.
This still,
I'm
this
wearing
still
my
counts
shoes.
as
I'm wearing my shoes on my head. My vest is my pants.
You've
Yeah,
gotten your
great.
torso through your cowl somehow.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
This is why no one in the settlement talks to Jeb.
Yeah. Jeb's lonely.
Does the person with pants on their head?
We taught him how to clothe himself incorrectly as a joke.
Oh.
Oh, my
so
mother always used to say, "Go put your pants on your head and play outside, boyo."
Turned Irish there, I see.
Sweet zombie Jesus faith of God. Okay, I got 2 gear slots left. Is there anything else I should grab?
Top left here, there are 3 lanterns and something called the Flower Knight badge. The Flower Knight badge gives you evasion, so it's harder for you to get hit, and also allows you to draw a tactics card, which can be really powerful effects that you get to use if everyone's in the right formation. Alternatively, this Acanthus cloak. Normally, you cannot wear 2 pieces of armor on the same spot, unless it has the accessory note, like you can wear a chest armor and a cloak around it, right? So this would give you another +1 armor around your chest area. Entirely up to you.
Oh, wait.
Looking for compatible
Yes, Cass?
Oh, it has accessory. Okay, never mind.
Yes. The cloak is specifically for that purpose.
Okay, well, I have tactical movie stuff. So I think that might be a good pick.
There's also a lantern that gives you +1 movement if you want to do the tactical movement. stuff.
Yep, that is literally what I was going after.
Absolutely wonderful.
Noses are also good for the brain armor. Noses are good for the brain armor. Oh, golly, golly.
Depends on if the room you're in has any onions.
No, they're on my belt, which is the style at the time.
Onion belt, my favorite.
So I can, in theory, rotate my claw head arrow 90 degrees to make blues match, or is that, nah, bro, you're
You
gaming the
cannot
system?
rotate. You cannot
That's what
rotate.
I thought. I wanted to make sure.
There is a condition where you basically become insane, like really insane. It's like a disorder, and that allows you to rotate your equipment.
Honestly, I've got synergy for that with fingernails.
Yeah, you just have to get a bunch of rolls that are really shit, and then you can
No, that's the
rotate
thing.
it.
My good rolls turn to shit.
It's
Just
true.
like in real life.
You only need 13 insanity.
Yeah, you only need 13. Not that much. Having
No,
said that,
it's
everyone,
not.
now that you are properly equipped, shall we begin? Jinxie, you still have empty gear slots. Would you like to grab any other things to fill your gear grid with? You don't have to. There is still a lantern that gives you +1. Oh no, that someone stole that. Lucky stole the lantern.
I
Never mind.
stole
I will
it.
give it to Shinx if she needs it, because
No, the other one. There is a lantern
I mean,
that
if
gives
someone
you...
else wants it, I can give it up. I don't mind.
I'm probably fine. I don't know, unless I take a cloth. I don't know if I can even wear another cloth. Do I even have a cloth on?
You do not currently, no. You could grab a bloody cloth, that would work.
Sanity.
slightly
fine.
used pants.
I'll take a cloth.
No,
I guess
these
I could.
cloths...
Nah, I don't need another weapon.
We're currently in Lantern Year 8. These cloths were bloodied 8 years ago, and no one's washed them since.
Oh my
They've just
god.
been worn. On various
They
body
smell
parts, by the way.
amazing.
Some people have worn them around their head. The difference between the bloody cloth and the normal cloth is that the bloody cloth can be worn anywhere in addition to what you already have. So some people have had them on their heads, some people have had them on their feet. No one's washed them. Ever.
That
Fantastic.
specific one's been on my head for almost 8 years.
Great. Fucking great.
I just took it off for the lantern.
Alright, but
Now
if
I have
that's
a
it,
lantern on my head.
Yeah.
if that is it for everyone, then it is time! Chat, we're going on a hunt. They've decided they want to hunt the Dung Beetle Knight. So, let's do exactly that, shall we? We have the second phase of the game. We're leaving the village phase. Bit scuffed, but we're leaving the village phase. Go and hunt ourselves a Dung Beetle Knight. If you would like to move over to the left side of the board, actually, I can press this button here.
Still loading. There it goes.
Oh,
Nah, I can move you all. This is the hunt board. You start over here. This is you, naked and afraid. Wah!
Yes.
And one after another, we reveal these hunt event cards to get to the Dung Beetle Knight. Okay? Once you make
Okay.
it there, after all the events have been resolved, then the fight begins. Sorry, if you make it there after we reveal all
good.
these cards, then the fight begins. So, let's time this correctly. And let's do this. First card, everyone. We have Overgrown Ruins. If the survivors have passed through the forest gate when this card is revealed, roll a random hunt event instead. You haven't yet. That's the middle of the
Yay.
hunt board. Following a wrought iron fence bordering a forest, the survivors discover a ruined settlement choked by twisting vines and thick grass. Nominate a survivor to explore the ruins. They gain 1 courage. Who would like to explore the ruins?
Celestia.
I'll do it. I mean, I'll do it. That's what I meant to say.
Oh no. All right. Inside the ruins, you find a monument to a strange creature. If the Flower Knight is in your settlement's quarry list, you gain 1 understanding. On your character sheet, there are a couple of tracks. Understanding should already be filled in by 1. You can add another 1 to that. You should now have 2 of it. So you gain 1 understanding. The replica flower sword and the Flower Knight helm rare gear. Then remove this card from the hunt event deck permanently. Otherwise, the meaning of the statue is lost upon you and you gain 2 insanity. Okay, so you first of all gain these 2. I don't even know what these are. Fun.
I have my Nerf bow and arrow, my flower sword, and my flower hat.
Of course.
Okay, I've never seen these. So we have the Flower Knight helm over here, which is 3 armor, plus 1 accuracy while you're being attacked. The monster. What?
That actually is fitting. It's a shame it's heavy armor, but like that's good for archer people.
Oh, you put it over here.
Yeah, so to explain, while you're being attacked, the monster has -1 speed. Speed is the amount of attacks the monster gets. Quite often, that will be 2. This says it's it's 1 less now. It can never be reduced to 0. It's always a minimum of 1. But that's insane.
That's pretty good.
Does that require a blue and 3 green, though?
It requires the blue. You see how the symbols are different? The blue needs to be connected to this. And then the non-puzzle pieces means you have to have it anywhere in your grid. So you need to connect this blue, and then anywhere in your grid need to be 3 other greens.
So
you
yeah,
also
that's...
gain
Oh.
pick up flowers.
You cannot dodge.
You cannot dodge is my favorite line of text.
Fucking hell.
Wait, what do you mean +1 evasion? I can't dodge.
Dodge is an action that you have to take. Let me explain how weapons work for you real quick. On the top left, you see 3 numbers. The first number, the 2, is the speed, how many attacks you get. You add your own natural speed to this. Oh, Shinxy reloaded. Giant Shinxy.
Oh God, giant shit. Hello. Oh, Shinx, I didn't get a chance to tell you, but you know what fish nuts are actually very good
God.
for? Catching fish.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I have to resist the urge to say something. Anyway, so you get 2 attacks with this. You would add your normal natural speed to it as well if you have any. The second number is what you need to roll to hit. Everything in KDM works on a D10. Well, sometimes a D5, but you roll a D10, and if you roll a 6 or higher, you hit. You add your accuracy, you add that the monster's negative evasion to this 2. So Fishy's arrow, for example, puts this to a 5. If you attack the monster from behind, this is a 4 then. That's how the second number works. The third number is the strength that you get with this. A monster will have a toughness. And after you hit, you roll a d10 and add your strength. And if the result meets or beats the opponent's toughness, then you wound. You actually do damage. 6 is quite high. This also has Devastating 1, which means after the first crit, it does 1 additional wound. You cannot dodge means you cannot use the dodge action. That's something you would spend survival on once per turn. You spend 1 survival to not take a hit. You can't do that anymore. But this gains sharp and evasion. Alright. So these are just gonna be with Fishy over here. You can't equip them because you can't manipulate your grid while hunting. But you have these now.
Cool.
Congratulations. Those are really good. Then,
Yay, I have a hack.
trigger the Consuming Grass Hunt event before moving on the hunt board. The nominated survivor becomes the Straggler. 82.
I am the straggler.
Consuming grass. Vibrant green grass grows in patches ahead of the survivors. Closer inspection of the delicate leaves reveals they are as sharp as any blade. Each survivor rolls 1d10. The lowest scoring will then becomes the Straggler. That's Fishy.
Oh, yes.
As the survivor carefully pick their way past the verdant haze, the Straggler stumbles into the brush. They roll a d10. If any survivor has a whip, a hasty tether is made at +4. There are no whips.
Unfortunately.
Fishy?
I rolled
Please
d10, yes. I go to
roll
the
the
thing,
D10.
I push the lantern button. the button. That's a 3.
A 3. You fall, but manage to interpose
die.
something between the grass and your bearskin 1 as you die. Yeah. Either archive 1 gear of your choice from your gear grid to protect yourself, or treat this result as if you rolled a 1.
Okay.
Oh, 1 doesn't instantly kill you.
One doesn't. So like,
That'd be really funny if it did.
at what?
I will stress the word instantly.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like it might kill you, but
don't
slowly.
read the table. Don't read the table. I
I'm
know
not
it's
reading
tempting.
the table. I'm not reading it. I have
Yeah,
my screen is hovering over the thing that says brain trauma, and it's like that sounds like Jeb. Yeah.
Okay,
So,
well,
would
I
you
can
like
just
to-
archive my founding stone then.
You could do that. Yes.
Because the rest of my gear I probably need.
I will say, the founding stone is a very, very valuable piece of equipment. There is no way to get more of them.
Oh, I
and-
misunderstood that. I thought I could just pick them up in town. Well, shit.
No, you cannot. They are rare and they are very powerful. An instant guaranteed crit
Gotcha.
is a lot.
Well, instant guaranteed quit. Yes, hello. Again, ooh, an
I can do
instant
that, I just have
guaranteed
to hit
quit with
escape.
my quad arrow means that everyone would benefit severely when
the founding stone
baddie
is
no
a
longer
separate
able to
attack.
dodge as easily. Ooh.
Yeah, it's a
founding
separate
founding
weapon.
stone is a separate attack, yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
You would use this as an action to throw the stone.
So it's not a combination. And you
No.
said don't read what happens if I roll down to a 1?
Do not. Please do not.
Everybody said it was very bad, though.
I said it didn't kill you instantly. That's what I said.
Yeah.
I like that. Oh yeah, that sounds great. The person who has twice as likely a chance to roll a 1 gets the event for rolling a 1. It's terrible.
It's true.
Uh-huh.
Fingernail door, fingernail door.
Yeah, I was bored like this.
If you rolled a 10, it would kill you slowly, and you would go insane. That's
I don't
just
suppose I can
fun.
archive Fist and Tooth.
No, that is not part of your gear grid. It's only the 3
Okay,
by 3.
that's kind of what I figured. I had to check. Archive means it goes back to town and is available, right?
No, it leaves play. It doesn't go anywhere. It's gone. Permanently.
That's unfortunate.
Was gonna do I want to sacrifice my pants?
It's gonna do.
I have to. It's far too thematic. I'm sacrificing my pants.
And they are gone. Alright.
Celestia
That's
is
unfortunate.
unleashed.
What?
It will-
This is the second thing in the game that's made somebody take their pants off as a negative effect.
I mean,
will-
pants
well-
are the shackles of corporate oppression. I know what I'm playing.
Last stream, multiple people lost their genitals, so yeah.
Oh.
We'll now read out to you the 1 result, just so that you know. 1.
Thank you. I love you.
You land in the grass patch. As you climb to your feet, you realize it's too late. The parts of your body that touched the ground have sprouted with sharp blades of grass. Any attempt to remove them only spreads them further over your body. During the showdown, you are never a threat. Ignore any effects that would make you a threat, even the white line sniff. At the end of the showdown, your body blossoms into a whirl of immaculate green grass. Dead.
Oh, good. Some things are worth your pants.
So
This is one
it
of
kills
them.
you after you kill the monster. Okay.
Correct. Very correct.
You're not a threat. I shot him 20 times and then I became a shrubbery.
Alright. With that, we
Thanks.
move on. That was a really good event, by the way. Like, I've not seen this. This is
Yeah.
fantastic.
You're
really
still
good.
wearing pants.
Let me reveal the next event. Brown ground. The ground opens into a massive pool brimming with a creamy and rancid substance. The survivors may brave the muck. If they do, each gains 1 courage and rolls on the table. Do you want to brave the muck or no? Without reading, I will tell you this. If you don't brave the muck, you have to roll 3 random hunt events instead.
I want to
Oh.
brave it.
I want to brave it.
I'm a brave boy.
The Dung Beetle Knight would be proud of me for braving it.
That's
This
true.
reminds Jeb of his guacamole bowl.
Okay. In that case, let's start from the left.
Oh, boy.
Shinxy, roll a d10.
Hi. Yay!
This is about to be very bad. Good luck.
Roll.
Yes.
It's not rolling.
Is it not rolling?
Or is it? It's being weird.
Nope.
Oh yeah, it just doesn't.
My button broke.
No, the button. I could roll for you if you need it.
Wait,
But-
I was gonna
this
go
one.
five. Oh.
What? There we go.
It works.
4.
4.
4. You suffer 1 plus 1d10 brain event damage.
Holy fuck.
Oh no!
Roll a
Oh,
d10.
goody.
Oh god.
Oh, that's really bad.
Uh-oh. 6?
That is 6 brain event damage. Event damage is
6.
important because it cannot actually add any boxes. So just reduce your brain stat by 6 or 4 in your case, and then you're done. Event damage
Okay,
does
so
not
just
cause
0.
injuries. Yep.
Oh,
You're now at 0.
Huh. Alright.
Onward. No, it's not Lucky. It's Fishy next. Fishy.
It's me.
1d10, please.
And I've got a higher chance of just. Oh boy. Oh.
Well, she didn't roll a 1. We don't know what
Roll a
happens. when you
10.
roll a 1.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Oh shit. You leap from encrusted nugget to encrusted nugget and safely cross. Skip the next space on the hunt board. If you move over or onto the quarry space, you ambush the monster. Fantastic roll.
This is because I didn't wear pants. I knew it. I knew
I'm
my
so
pants were
agile.
holding me back.
Onward. Lucky. 1d10, please.
Okay.
Take that, pants.
Confirm, they're just making life worse.
3.
Suffer 1 plus 1d10 brain event damage. What's it gonna
You
be?
got the mo-
I
you
like
have
that
the
you
most
guys are
brain out of
losing
all of them.
sanity, and I'm the one not wearing pants who's doing better.
That is 7. That's a big hit. And then
Was that
Cass.
12?
Jeb.
Jeb.
Oof.
Oh, excellent. Well, I know what this does.
Yep. Give me another d10.
What is that?
I think that's a 10.
That is a 10.
Yeah, that's
Oh, Jeb ain't got
yeah.
no brain no more.
No. So just so that you know, the 1 on this is if you have 10 plus insanity, you cackle madly, disappearing into the muck. You're dead.
Oh, wow.
Otherwise, lose
Oh.
all but 1 survival and gain that much insanity.
You were kidding. The attrition rate on this is insane.
Yes. It is very large.
I'm glad I've gotten rid of my pants.
You do get to skip the next event.
Is
So
that
we
good?
just- Yes, that's wonderful. These are
Okay.
generally, there are opportunities in them. There are resources to be gained and like additional things to be had. But you've already seen 2 that instantly kill you, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I sure have.
Also, all of you, please add 1 courage for braving the muck. You all get to fill the courage
Yay.
thingy.
Where is it?
Feel the courage
It's
thing.
Oh, it's one of those. Okay.
the
It was the sequel to Courage the Cowardly Dog.
your next
Courage,
event
cowardly
is
Jeb.
fragrant smog. Lost in the smog. Roll a d10, add your courage, and subtract your understanding. So, one of you is a straggler, which means all 4 of you, please roll the d10. Whoever is the lowest
Okay.
is the straggler for this.
Got it.
Okay, my button no longer works.
Okay, hold up.
Oh, no, I got it.
Okay. You need to
I
kind of
rolled
click
a
on the
10.
side of it. Oh, wonderful. It's Fishy, yeah. Fishy,
Well,
please give me a d10. Add
Oh,
your
no.
courage and subtract your understanding.
I'm not good at those.
I've rolled a 10, but the die is vibrating, so it doesn't count.
Pick the die up and then drop it again.
There we go.
See, now it says 10, yeah.
Oh, 4. I rolled a 5 plus 1 courage minus 2 understanding.
Spending too long in the scented smog causes you to become nauseous. Lose half your survival, rounding up.
After
So 3.
survival rounding up, so lose 2 survival. No, rounding
Um,
up, lose 3
Yeah, you
survival.
lose 3.
I don't want to lose
3.
3 survival.
You round up the amount you lose, sadly.
I got it.
And with that, you come upon your quarry. That was a hunt phase. Well done, everyone. You've made it. Let me bring you your quarry.
Thanks.
Here is your fight. There are a couple of things that we need to do. First of all, if you look at your items, they might have an on-arrival effect on some of these. If they do, please do what your items say for that. I'm just gonna go like around everyone real quick to make sure. Shinxy, have the bloody cloth? Have you assigned that to something yet?
I did not. You're right.
You can use that one for any hit location. Just add it there wherever you want.
Yeah.
Fishy,
Yes.
your Flower Knight badge
I have an
gives
evasion.
you that evasion token.
We draw a
Just on demo?
tactics card.
Also, you're a new character, so you have this. Cass also has this. You draw a tactics card, exactly. So
Yeah.
here's the tactics deck.
Okie dokie.
Please draw a card from it.
Need to push a button.
No, just click and drag.
Gotcha.
And then F for flip.
And I did the F.
Spiral formation. Once per showdown, if the survivors are standing in this formation, you may spend one survival to make an attack that ignores all monster reactions.
Okay.
So if you manage to align everyone like this and gang up on the monster, that could be a lot of damage. A lot of damage.
And my lantern.
You don't want to trigger that.
No,
This says-
it's just flat plus movement, and then on arrival you may. So we're just. And clever. That's after everybody's placed, so we wait for that one.
Exactly.
Okay.
Wonderful.
I will
That's
have a
everything for
question
you.
about that. We'll come back later.
We'll do that in a second. Absolutely. Lucky, you've got all of your stuff, right? I don't need to worry about you.
All survivors should gain 1 survival. 'cause of my
That's
heart.
good. I need that. Thank you. I love you.
You
I think
can
it already
only
did it.
really
It did
quickly. You
not.
can only have a maximum of 5 survival. You can
Oh.
only have a maximum of 5. The this is dependent on the village's research, and that currently is stuck at 5. However,
But I do get to add 1 survival. Yes.
yes, absolutely.
Yes. Yay. I need that.
How do I mark the strength from my lantern?
It already does it. See when you lift it up, how your strength number like goes up and down.
Oh, that's amazing.
Ooh, fancy.
It's kind of cool like that. And then for Cass, you have like a lot of arrival effects, right?
Yeah, but most
Yeah.
of them were like automatic. So
Oh, the token.
Survival and
they were just like +1 stat things.
Oh, the insanity you still have to add, I think. The on arrival.
No,
gain
it gave me
insanity.
1 brain. Like,
Add 2 more. It's being funky.
okay.
And then Cass has the Vespertine Cello that says everyone with an instrument in their grid gains a luck token. So that is Shinxy has one, and Lucky has one too. And
Lucky's
I
lucky.
believe
Mm-hmm.
I believe that is all of them. So, we will also have to make the arena real quick. The arena has a resin dung ball. That is this little thing here.
Fantastic.
This is the effect. It's an obstacle, impassable and indestructible. You can move next to it and spend your action to push it, which moves the resin dung ball 1d5 spaces directly away from you. That's it. There are stone columns across the arena. When you collide with them, you suffer 1 damage to a random hit location. When a monster walks over them, they just get destroyed. And there is a bug patch over here. This bug patch rolls. You can stand next to it and activate it to roll a d10 and see whether you can find something noteworthy. Other than that, every survivor can arrange themselves in this blue marked ground here. That's where you can like pick your location where you want to stand and where you want the fight to begin. Know that the
But
monster goes
after that-
first. You will
But after that, I can
yes.
go ahead.
No, please.
I have
You were
the
saying.
clever, which means after everyone is placed, I can reposition myself anywhere on the showdown board.
Anywhere you
How
want.
does cover work for ranged weapons?
If I take you real quick and put you here,
Yes, please.
if you were to draw a line through, you cannot draw a line through cover. It doesn't work. So for example, these columns have the obstacle trait. An obstacle just says it blocks line of sight. You need line of sight. The way that ranged weapons work, your bow says it has a range of 5.
Yes.
And what you do for that is you just count the tiles. There are no diagonals in KDM. 0 diagonals do not exist. So as long as the monster is within 5, you can shoot. But if that would go through an obstacle, then you cannot.
Gotcha.
Then, really quickly, I know this isn't the end of the setup. Both Shinxy and I gain death tokens. Zoe gains 2 death tokens, Shinxy gains 1 death token. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And I haven't forgotten the worst knowledge in the game yet. Physiognomy! Lucky has the knowledge Physiognomy level 2, which says every showdown I have to draw 2 terrain cards. And why is it always Acanthus plants? I hate this game.
Yo!
It can't be Cowering Survivors. It also likes to roll this one.
Ooh.
There. Pick 1. They get added to this encounter.
I want the
We've-
coral.
Living corals? Absolutely.
They look pretty.
Absolutely. Let me grab these.
As we know, pretty things are never dangerous.
No, not
Said
anything.
Allison.
It's true. I'll put one over here. I'll put one over here. And then sadly, there's no symmetric way to set up uneven numbers on this board. I'll put one there. Alright. That is, I believe, all of the arrival events. Now let me teach you what you know about this fight before you go into it. So, the Dung Beetle Knight has a movement of 7, this wide, and a toughness of 12. So, if you try to wound him, you will need to take your strength and the strength of your weapon, roll a d10, all of that combined needs to be 12 or greater. That was pretty tough. He also has the following effects already active that you know about. He has separation anxiety. While the monster is not adjacent to the resin dung ball, it is separated and gains a green marker. If an AI or hit location card has that green marker, only apply those actions, effects, or special rules if the monster is separated. Otherwise, ignore it. It really, really, really wants to be next to its little ball. It also has the ability to prepare tunnels, which has the attack Ground Pound. The monster slams the ground, precisely altering its network of prepared tunnels. All survivors adjacent to the monster suffer Bash, which will knock you down, and then unless someone else helps you up, you will miss your next turn. The vibrations create a natural ramp. Move the ball 1d10 spaces towards the monster. On collision, any survivor suffers 5 damage to 1 hit location.
Oh.
5 is a lot
Ow.
of damage. He has the
It just
ability...
kills us, doesn't it?
It will... So the way... This is actually a good point to explain damage. Cass, let's take you for an example. Let's say you take 5 damage to a hit location. You would roll a hit location die to determine where you get hit. Let's say it hits you in the body. My friends are dying. Funny. Let's say it hits you in the body. You would then reduce your armor by the amount of damage taken. So you would reduce it down to 0. And anything above that will then start filling these little boxes underneath, the L's and H. The L stands for light wound, which is nothing. The H is a heavy wound that knocks you down. If you take any more damage, or if there's damage left over, you will then, for every single point of damage, have to roll on what we call the Happy Fun Time table for the entire family. That contains such memorable notes as Die of Shock, Explosive Geyser, Bleeding Kittens, Spiral Fracture, or Blind.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
I hate when the boss throws shit in my eyes.
You get pink eye.
God damn it. So try to avoid those things. So yeah, he also has the ability Baller. The monster spins the ball around itself with tremendous force. All survivors in the red zone, which is 2 around it, suffer collision with the resin dung ball. Archive all destructible terrain in the red zone. Place the resin dung ball in front of the monster. It's spin. It does a spin. And then it has power forward. If it's separated, power forward doesn't exist. Do not perform this card. Other than that, it picks a target. does funny things with that, and performs baller and does more funny things and then moves towards its ball. That is almost it. You know its basic action as well. This is the perfect time to explain to you how monsters work. So, for Fishy and Cass, this is the anatomy of a monster card, opposed to the anatomy of monsters, which Sarah is the expert on. At the top, you will see that the monster has to pick a target. This is very AI-driven, right? It goes line by line. So first it looks for the closest knockdown survivor. If there isn't one, it then looks for the closest threat. A threat is everyone, unless they are magically counted as not a threat. By dying to grass, for example. So the closest threat in range. If there is still no closest threat in range, it then defensive spits salves, which is its instinct react. Let's say there is someone in range. It will then have a little break, this little arrow. These little arrows are things where you can react. You can spend survival in order to do survival actions, like dashing out of the way. But after that, it will move towards the target and then attack them. It has a speed of 3, so it gets 3 die. It hits on a 3+, minus all of the evasion that you have, that will make it harder for it. And every time it hits, it will do 4 damage. Then there is another break, and then the monster moves towards its resin bang ball. My frames are being very, very bad today. I don't know what's happening with this recently. It's really annoying. It's exactly on KDM streams.
Oh no.
I mean, mine were bad yesterday, so.
Yeah, something's... I might try a different intake server in a bit. I don't even think this is my internet, but this is something we'll figure out. Not now. So that is how monsters work. Any questions pertaining to that so far?
Is the only way to move the dung ball to take the action next to it to push it? Or can we attack it from afar? Okay, damn! I want to shoot the dung ball and make it go away!
I will forever
I'm
be there
sorry.
looking at you.
Apologies.
Literally shooting the shit.
I will do this for today. I hope that makes it better. All right. Oh no, that's made it worse. That is fun. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with frames.
While we're waiting for frames, how
Yeah.
does move and attack work, Care?
1 second.